Hey, you guys, welcome to the Women of Power radio show.
Hey, y'all. We're excited to see you. And y'all already know we have an exciting show planned for y'all this evening. So use this time wisely, okay? Time is of the essence. Go ahead, like and share the video.
And
Okay?
comment.
Yes, all of that. So again, if you're in any groups, relationship groups, love dating groups, whatever, don't just share on your page. Come on, like spread the love. Share there too.
And make sure you tag 1 or 2 or 3 people.
Hey,
Hola,
y'all.
¿cómo estás? Listen, welcome to the Women of Power radio show. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Lady Kasha, and this is none other than
Your second host with the leftmost, Nana O.
well, we both got the mostest if that's possible. We full of it. Come on. But yeah, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to the Women of Power radio show. We have another exciting show for you guys. We've got some questions that were submitted that we're going to answer on tonight, and we need you, our listeners, to help us answer these questions. So you guys saw the instructions at the beginning. Make sure you guys are sharing right now. Make sure you are tagging people to come on and jump in, because it's about to go down. Nana, what's going on, girl?
Oh, with the topic or in life?
In life, period.
Life. We have shows coming up. Those of y'all who do like poetry and spoken word, because you know that is what I do. We have a show coming up this Saturday, and it's going to be at the Moonlight Cafe. And Friday night also is Youth Night at Victory Temple Worship Center. So if y'all want to come get your praise on, you got kids, you want to come?
Yeah.
She's gonna be hosting, so you already know it's gonna be lit, and I'm gonna be spitting, so you know it's gonna be like extra. Yeah, with the yeah. So y'all need to come through.
Absolutely. And if you want more information on that, you can share that other flyer. But go to Women of Power Radio Show on Facebook and like it if you haven't already. But also you'll be able to get information off of those flyers posted right there.
Yes.
So we hope to see you guys this weekend out for the events we have coming up.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna jump right.
Oh, hey, Autumn.
On. Hey, Autumn McKell Vaughn, thank you so much for joining us on the Women of Power Radio Show. Jocelyn Brown in California, thank you for tuning in. We got, yeah, we're going to jump right in. We're going to pick up on the question that we didn't get to last week.
Yes.
Because I know everybody was like, get to it. Like, no, because we want to be able to give it the
attention that it deserves, because this is like this can be not necessarily a trigger, but you know, we've all walked this little path here a little bit, right. One way, shape, or form. Either we stayed or we dipped. So I know all of us would have something to say, and we didn't have enough time to do all that last week. All right.
Right.
So tonight we are going to pick up, like you said, where we left off. We have a young man. Have a young man who is asking us, or actually a young woman, who's saying that she wants to work on her relationship eventually, okay? Mm-hmm. But she still has a lot of feelings of hurt, betrayal, and all of that, and anger. And so she wants to know, should she just fall back, break up, work on her healing, and then revisit therapy when she is ready and cool down, you know what I'm saying? Or should she jump into counseling while she's hurting and heated? Like, should she just say, you know what, look, I know I feel this way, but let's go ahead and try to resolve this now. Let me just go ahead and get into counseling. What is your move when something like that happens? For those of you who decide you do want to work it out, because I know some of y'all going to be like, see, hey, first of all, I ain't going to be no second chances. We get that. But for those of you who have grace, that's the Lord.
Right.
Okay?
I'm like,
second chances, who have been the one to make a mistake or been with someone who made a mistake, and you said, you know what, look, they made a mistake. They're human. I want to work this out. How did you play it? Did you stay? Or did you take some time off and y'all kind of reconvened and rekindled at a later time after y'all were healed?
Wow. But you know, we are so hypocritical in that way. What's up, Tiffany Butler, Brittany Williams? Thank you guys for joining us on tonight. We're hypocritical in that way where we want everybody to give us second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. Mm-hmm. But then when something happens with us in a relationship, we don't want to give a second chance. Right. You messed up. That's it. It's over. It's done.
Hey, Otis.
And so,
hey, Kia.
Hey, thank you guys for joining us on tonight. What's up, my girl, Kia? Yes. So we're hypocritical in that way, not to where we want all these chances, but then we don't want to show grace to others. We want all the grace, all the mercy. You know, Lord, I did it again. Forgive me. But then as soon as someone messes up with you,
must not know who I am.
Right.
Wait, really?
Like our cutoff game is like strong. Quick and strong. And so first of all, we need to evaluate that. Mm-hmm. But dealing with the question, Nana, that's a tough one, I would say. Because, and the reason why I say that is because I don't know, while I'm healing if I want to have to deal with the constraints of a relationship that I'm healing from. Does that make sense?
It's hard to heal in the same place that's making you sick.
Ooh, man, you
Yeah.
said it out. What did it say out the bird's mouth? I don't know, some sort of saying they say when people say stuff.
Yeah,
that you
but
like, yes,
that's very, very true because I've been in that place. And I think for me, I will say, I think it's best to heal
Mhm.
because I feel like in feeling those kind of emotions and saying we're just going to jump into counseling, I'm going to suppressing, as we all know, doesn't help anything. That's a lot of the reason why a lot of people end up in counseling because they've suppressed all these emotions and are trying to act like and give the facade that everything is fine and they're okay. But really,
It's
there's
not.
a lot of turmoil going on. Let's just be real. Those of you who have been into therapy, they don't address your issues the first session. They want to know about you, your
They
background,
delve.
how you think. It's a process, right? So if you're like, man, I'm really mad about this, I need you to hurry up and talk about this because this is why I'm mad.
There you go.
But right now, it's like, oh, so what are you feeling? Well, what are some
What was your
things you
childhood like?
yeah, or even what are some things you like about him? You know, tell me. In your mind, you like to be
I don't like
honest
him
with you.
right
I don't
now.
like him right now, and I
Right.
could honestly be on Fatal Attraction if we were being real honest. So don't ask me that because it's only going to trigger you and make you upset. So I think
Right.
it's hard to receive those things of guidance and let me tell you guys how to make when you're still angry and you're still hurting. So my experience, I had to take a step back and say, let me do my healing process, and then after I've calmed down and I don't have resentment, I don't want to do something to you when I see it, like that's going to end me up with a mugshot, then we can talk about counseling. But right now I need my space. Like give me time. Like
Okay.
give me time. So that was just my experience. So I don't know
Okay.
what your experience would be.
What's up, Erica Mosley Lucky? Thank you for joining Women of Power on tonight. You know,
Yes, Tiffany Butler said, knowing what I know now, I definitely wait until I'm not hurting anymore. Therapy is awesome. Yes, it is.
it is
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
Let's just get some of these hellos and all that good stuff. No.
Let's see. Tiffany said good evening. Hey girl.
Hey,
Brittany Williams said hey.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Kia said hey y'all. Hey girl.
Hey, Kia.
Otis, I don't know, nothing's there, but what's up?
What's up, Otis? Thank you for joining us.
Um,
Like, we need your input on this too, bro.
Yes, we need some testosterone perspective. Tanya
Tanya
Renee Shaw
agreed with
said
me.
right.
I'm sure.
Okay.
No, she might have been agreeing with you. 'Cause she was
Okay.
talking.
And I said what Tiffany said, and then Autumn said feelings are temporary if he's worth it. Go to therapy. Your feelings are valid, but don't want to lose a good partner.
Right. And that's one of the things I was gonna say. Like, I think it would depend too. Is this somebody you're dating or is this your husband? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think the type of relationship it is will determine my answer.
Mhm.
You know, because if it's marriage, then that's not something you can just step away from and be like, you know, give me 50 feet
Yeah.
for 2 months. Let me go deal with myself and then I'll come back with you because y'all are one. Y'all are in this together. And so I think it all starts with you making a decision.
Right.
You know, you making a decision. What's up, Minya? Thank you for joining us on today. Yeah, I think it's about you making a decision on whether this is something that's worth working out.
Mhm.
And that's hard because I think women more so than men, and Otis, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have a bigger propensity to forgive and give chances maybe than men do. Just because I think of our ability to carry things, you know, we could carry the hurt. We could carry this where men, when they get hurt, they'd be like, I'm done, son. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, you're trash. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I made a mistake. But they don't understand that. And so, and it depends on the mistake. But I think, is this specifically dealing with cheating?
Yeah, because she said feelings of betrayal and hurt and anger. So clearly there was some infidelity there.
Okay.
And Otis said, I
betrayal.
agree with what you said.
Oh, thank you, Otis, so much. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So I'm assuming infidelity. She didn't say, but she said feelings of betrayal, hurt, and anger.
Yeah.
And that just took me to a flashback straight up when I got cheated on. So I'm gonna say
Oh, my.
cheating for 300 bob. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was cheating.
Okay, so this is a woman that's been cheated on.
Mhm.
And so in the midst of the hurt and the pain, she's trying to decide, do I separate myself from this man and go get healed, whatever that looks like,
Mhm.
or do I stick with him and we go get healed together, but stay in this relationship and kind of walk through the healing process together?
Mhm.
Okay. And you don't know if she's married or not.
No.
Okay. So then you guys go ahead and chime in with your answers to our question. I would say for me, if it's my husband and we've made a commitment before God, I would have to say that I would stay in it and try to work through it together.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I believe even in that counseling, his true intentions will come out. So you'll find out just through allowing him to speak, because a lot of times women, we don't allow men to speak. And I want to encourage you guys, if a man is talking, let him talk, because he's going to tell you his heart. He's going to tell you, but half the time we're not listening to their heart. We hearing what we want to hear. Mm-hmm. And I was just watching, and now it gets on me because I'm always watching these shows.
Steve Wilkos or
it wasn't
Divorce
Steve.
Court?
It was Divorce Court. So I was watching Divorce Court, and there was this man here with his wife. No, it was Paternity Court.
Oh,
okay. It was a man with his wife, and then the woman he was having an affair with while they were on a break was there with a child, and they were trying to determine if he was the father. So the wife said, if he's the father, we're getting a divorce. We're done. And so he's standing there and he's saying, they're still messing around. And he's like, but I don't want to lose my wife. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping it's not my child, because I want us to stay together. And he's just saying, but I'm still sleeping with her. And the woman said, and we're going to keep sleeping together. And the judge said, I want y'all to listen to what he's saying. You guys are arguing with each other, but he's telling you, this is how I feel. I love my wife, but I'm going to keep messing with her. And I'm never leaving my wife for you, because this is where I want to be.
So y'all are fighting for what?
Like, are y'all listening? So we got to listen to men when they talk, because when they talk, because they really don't. Not like us. I mean, our feelings be here. We wear them. We want to share them. I feel, I think. And the men be like, I'm tired of all these feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we feel, we're emotional beings, whereas men are not. So when they speak, ladies, you got to listen.
Otis said it's not all men though, right? We don't think it's all men, but
just, that cheat.
Yeah. Or that are,
you know what? The society will present it like that. And there's even been men that have been ignorant enough to say all men cheat. That men saying that all men cheat. Yeah. And so when you kind of got that going around in circulation, you know, you could begin to feel hopeless. Like, is there not one that's faithful?
Not one
that can.
I mean, I know some of y'all, even growing up, you know, have heard even old school. You know, they'll say, "Oh, all men cheat." So just prepare yourself, because that old school mentality, or as long as he knows where home is, and he's going. No, we're not doing that anymore.
Right? Like no, I don't want my
Betty Wright a piece of a man. Don't be a look, because he's doing the best he can. No,
he's not, Betty. That's why you had the conversation, the phone call. Okay. You know, because
that's why you were singing After the Pain.
Don't blame Mr. Johnny. Mr. Johnny is just a man.
No, Johnny better go on somewhere.
He's doing the best he can. He's doing what you allow him to do.
Say that again for the people in the back. He's doing
what you allow him to do.
Accountability.
Yeah.
A strange friend.
Right.
Some people just don't want to do that, because they feel like to have a man in their presence, or have a partner, because men, y'all can experience this too, is better than not having anybody at all. And it's never worth it. Like, if you have to go through all that and feelings of where you feel like you're by yourself, or feelings where you're constantly having to question your place in their life, then clearly, if you have to question it, that's your answer right there. Because when they with you and like y'all are solid and they're into you, you'll know. If you ever have to wonder, then you have your answer. Let me give a couple of shout outs. Tanya Renee Shaw, thank you for joining us on tonight. Courtney Scott, how you doing? Thank you for joining the Women of Power. Rakita Chris and Jewel Brittany out of Virginia, thank you for joining us on tonight. Listen, we need y'all help in answering this question that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So if you just jumped on, read that question and chime in. All right. So Courtney said, so not true. With which part? Well, maybe it's not all men though. And then I don't know if she's saying it's not true. It is all men, or is she saying it's not true? I don't know what you're saying is not true, Courtney, because I've been talking too long. And me too. So I don't know when you said that. But thanks for the agreeing, girl. Yeah. So let us know. And Autumn said we right on target. So thanks again. Oh, that all men cheat. Yeah. That. Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All men do not cheat. Right. All men do not cheat. So, and that's good to know, but society will have us believing that all men do, and they will program you. So then you go into everything suspicious, which is already destroying your relationship, because without trust, you have nothing that's trash. Mm-hmm. So we have got to now reprogram ourselves
And the Bible talks about renewing our minds daily because
Daily.
there's so much data that goes in, stuff we read on Yahoo, stuff that comes across on Facebook, stuff that comes through Google, all these different pop-up things, and it's a lot.
Right.
And so we got to renew our minds daily, y'all. We got to wash our minds for real, because sometimes it's trash up in there, and what we believe controls what we do. So if you believe that all men are cheaters, you're gonna treat every man like he's a cheater. You got to change what you believe. If you believe you're a failure, you're gonna fail at everything you do. Why? Because that's what you believe, and it's gonna control
your thoughts.
Right.
Yeah. You are your thoughts. So whatever is consuming your mind is gonna trickle into your actions and your behavior, because the way that you think is what dictates the way that you move, right? So we have to be very mindful of that. And even going back to this and thinking about, okay, so just think of a time whenever you have been offended in relationships. And for those of you who are married, and those of you who are dating, or even just think of when you were in a relationship, are you the type of person who, when you are upset, that you can kind of, take a moment and you can have the conversation and talk about it and resolve it in the moment? Or are you the type who holds grudges to where it's hard for you to come back down from offense whenever you're in a relationship? Because I think that also plays a role in why maybe if she's not married to him, she would feel the need to, or depending on separate, or if he's done it before. Because again, I don't know if this is like the first time or this has happened before. So it's kind of like, wait a minute, I really do love him, but this is kind of like a habit. So I don't know if this is something I want to go back to, but just how do you process offense? I'm just curious. Do you take a step back?
Because it is an offense.
Yeah, absolutely. In general, minor offenses, when we ain't talking about infidelity, okay, things that won't get your head knocked off. I can go from being upset about it in a moment and I can forgive really quickly and get past it, right? So I'm not the type who needs necessarily to go away, or I don't want to, talk to her. Let me just go take leave. I got to go somewhere and then come back. But I know also that some men are like that. With us, it's like, oh, okay, you did this and I feel this kind of way. Let's sit down and have a conversation. And they might be like, you know what? I'm not in the mood to talk about it right now. Maybe I need to go take a ride, or I need to whatever. So I've experienced that. And to me, it was kind of like,
but I want to talk about
right now. And so I was so offended because I'm like, what are you? But as I matured, I learned that everybody processes differently. So if you are with someone, don't take offense if they say, I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm just shelving it. We're going to park it and then we'll reverse it out later. But it's one thing if they're saying, I'm not talking about
no discussion.
Yeah, it's no discussion.
Oh,
then that's a problem.
How can we heal?
Yeah.
How can we heal? If there's no discussion about it at all, we've got to talk about it. But we also have to give people the grace to absorb what's happening in the moment.
Right.
Because normally when a man don't want to talk about it, it's because like he's been caught. And like, I'm letting you know, this is what I know. Okay, you know that information. I need to absorb that fact that you know. And we think like, oh, they're trying to get their story together, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, sometimes, and even me, like if something, I mean, I'm not talking about infidelity, but I'm just saying, even if it was infidelity, I may need a moment just to process that information, because we make bad decisions out of our emotions and then we regret it. And then people are like, they are so inconsistent, because today they like, forget him, I'm done, I'm out. And then 2 days later, y'all back together on Facebook kissing. They like, wait a minute, you inconsistent.
And we see couples like that, right? Either you've been that couple, or we see couples like that all the time. One minute they tweeting about each other. I'm so done. He's this, he is that. Now y'all partying and having a good time. Next minute, I'm so done.
Like, just take a moment. Because we make decisions out of our emotions, and when our emotions change, our decisions change. So you have got to, even out of every decisions regarding relationships, this business decisions, friendship decisions,
all of that.
You got to take the emotion out of it. And you got to make, that's why God was talking about, we have to have a sound mind. A sound mind means we're not in our emotions. We're not dealing with our heart. Why? Because the heart.
Who can trust it?
Who can trust it?
Is this wicked?
You can't trust it. And so therefore you got to make sound decisions. And you got to be 1,000 with yourself, because we sugarcoat stuff, and even to ourselves. We try to,
especially to ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I try to put makeup on and everything else. No, this is what it is.
Courtney Scott said, I'm a communicator, but if a moment is needed beforehand, I'm okay with that.
That's good. That's maturity, Courtney. Love you, miss you, girl.
Not me.
But yeah, that's maturity.
Yeah.
But it takes someone mature to be able to handle that. And that's why we see a lot of things escalating past where they're supposed to, because somebody doesn't want to just give somebody a minute. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give each other grace and give us that moment so that we can come down and have a calm conversation and get to the root of why did this happen? You know what I'm saying? And then if we can't communicate with each other, then we need to go get a third party that can pull out of us what we each need. I need transparency, and he needs to understand he can't lie. So pull it out of us and let them know you're in a safe place. You know, whatever you say, because most of the time, the reason why men lie is because they're afraid of losing you. And we say, well, if you was afraid of losing me, why would you do it in the first place? Because when they're doing it, they're not thinking about losing you. It's not until they caught that they start thinking like, oh my God, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. I was the best thing when it happened. You know what I'm saying? But
that part.
Right.
Yeah.
But people make mistakes. And if there's someone perfect on this line, please type in I'm perfect. And I guarantee you, no one will respond. Why? Because none of us are perfect. We are all flawed. We just got different flaws. Your flaw may be you got a wandering eye. But you know what? We can work through that. There is nothing going on with us. No generational curse, no habits, no addiction. There's nothing that cannot be changed through prayer, fasting, and some counseling and a desire and a passion to change and a made up mind.
That is the key, though, a desire to change. Because oftentimes, too, don't put yourself in a situation, even when we're talking about this counseling, to where you're the one who wants to go and they have no desire to go. They don't feel like they're going to gain anything from it. They're just going to appease you. And you end up going to a session where you're in it by yourself. Like you're the one who's doing the work. They're asking the questions. You're wasting your time. You can't change anyone. But if they made a mistake and they say, you know what, I want to go, even because y'all know there's that little joke even within, breakups to where they try to come back and they say, oh, I talked to that lady, I went and saw that lady. And in your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, that means he went to therapy or whatever. Or if he says, oh, I'm willing to go see that lady, then ask them, okay, just as a filter to make sure they're being genuine and authentic, what is it that you feel like you will learn or that will, like, what do you think will help? It will help if you were to go to counseling. What do you expect to learn from counseling? Right. Why do you want to go? What ways do you think it's going to benefit our relationship? If they can answer that, then you know they're being for real. But if it's like, oh, I want to go to counseling, why do you want to go? Because
my wife dragged me here. Like, I don't want to drag nobody nowhere. If you don't want to put in the work, and see, that's we talk about breaking trust all the time on this show because it's one of the hardest things to get back. And that's a mother to a daughter, a son to a father, a husband to a wife, a friend to a friend, a co-host to a co-host. If trust is broken, it's one of the hardest things to get back. And the problem is that people don't want to do the work.
Right.
But back to this question.
Courtney said sometimes you have to pray first, then talk.
Absolutely.
And you do, Courtney.
Too. Oh, praise him. Yes, you absolutely do, Courtney. And so the question that this listener has is, should we break up and heal before counseling or go to counseling now together? So should we break up and heal and then go to counseling? I'm assuming together. But
so that means that they're not married. Because she said she's using the word breakup. She would have said divorce.
Right.
So they're not married.
So should we break up and heal? I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what she's asking.
Like, should they not be together right now and let them, like, let her do what she needs to do for her healing process and they go to counseling later because she's that hurt by. That's why I think maybe this is not a first time, because it seems like she's just really, because I would think if you wanted to work it out, and you're upset, like maybe you say, okay, well, maybe like in a week or so or something like that. But to just say I want to completely break up, I feel like she really needs some time. So maybe, I don't know. But I think it's okay if that's what she wants to do. Because like I said, I did it, considering that's not her husband. I mean, I did that. So I don't know. Everybody's different.
Everybody is different. So I'm going to say last words on it. If it's just a dating situation or what people call boyfriend, girlfriend, and there's been infidelity to the point where I would say, yes, break up and go your own way to heal. Only reason why I say that is because something has to happen to show this person that this is not acceptable. And sometimes when you just forgive and just continue on, there's no lesson learned. And I know we're not nobody's mama. I know we're not nobody's teacher, but there has to be repercussions. And so I think that separating sometimes there's a wake up call like, man, I'm about to lose her. You know,
I did lose her. Indeed.
right? I did lose her, and
Yeah.
but I think that instead of separating healing and then going to counseling, I'm thinking separating, go to individual counseling,
Mhm.
and then come back together for couples counseling after y'all have worked out your own individual
That's very
issues.
true.
So I would say break up, counsel separately, and then once you feel that you're ready and he still wants to be with you, then y'all can do the couples counseling.
And I totally agree. I think it's really important to work on your own healing in the sense that,
Yes.
because I feel like if you were to just continue and say, oh, I'm just going to go ahead because I want to work this out, I want to go to counseling for us, you can miss some of the things that you need to work on for yourself. And again, from my experience, it was just hard for me to receive anything in the counseling session for couples, for both of us, because I did still have a lot of
Right.
resentment and have a lot of anger. And so because they start off so, I want to get to know you all, there's a lot of things that are kind of like, oh, tell them one thing you like about them, and tell them, I'm not here for that. Can we just get to the chapter where the cheating happened and how angry and upset and how he needs to know that he's in the wrong? And another thing I want to also say is that for those of you who haven't been to therapy before, especially if you're even going for couples counseling, even for yourself, therapists, I had the misconception
Right.
that when you go, they're going to tell you or tell him that he's wrong. Like, I need someone else to let him know that what he did is not right because he thinks messed up. I need someone else.
Right.
They'll be the first to tell you, I'm not going to tell you anything. You have to, y'all work that out. I'm just here to get an understanding of why you feel the way you feel and help you unpack your own feelings. And for me, I was frustrated because I'm like, that ain't why I'm here. You're supposed to tell them that he shouldn't have done this, they shouldn't have done that. I'm right, that this, and it doesn't work that way. So that was something that I had to learn, because I was like, I thought that's why we're coming here, that you're supposed to, like, be on my side. Exactly, correct him, please. That's not the case.
And
so
the crazy
if you think
thing
that's going to happen, it
right.
doesn't.
You'll say something like, and can you tell him he's wrong? And then they'll turn to him. So do you think you're wrong? No, he's wrong. You know he's wrong.
Like, what? Yeah. Oh, do you understand why she feels that way? I'm like, but I'm sick. Can you just tell him that was wrong what he did? That's why I feel that way. I mean, do you hear what she's saying? Yeah. Okay, but you're not saying that it was wrong. I need you to acknowledge. So
help us. Help.
Yeah, please. Courtney said, just dating, I'm out, married. Maybe I'll stay and go to counseling. Big maybe. Only God can lead me on that, because me personally would never deal with someone cheating on me.
Okay. So there is no second chance. Right. I want to give a shout out to Daniela Berry. Thank you, Daniela, for joining us on today. Thank you, Courtney, for sharing that. And so what you're saying is guys have got a second chances, but you're not just playing. I understand what you're saying. Like, if you can't even get through the dating process, the courting session with me without being, unfaithful, if that's our agreement. Now, this is what you got to look at too. If it's not the agreement, then
agreement as in what, y'all exclusive?
Like we're exclusive.
Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of times women, we assume stuff that has never been said. And then we get angry when what we assumed does not work out. So that's why communication is so important in every relationship. So listen, I hope that whoever submitted this question was watching on tonight, and then we were able to help you with that. So final recommendation from me is, yes, separate. If you're dating, separate, get individual counseling, then come back and get couples counseling. If after the individual counseling, you even decide you still want to be with that person.
Right.
Nana?
I agree. I think that it's important to take the time that you need, focus on your own healing, never allow someone to rush your healing. And always remember, okay, the person who cuts you does not get to dictate how you heal. Because in situations like this, it's almost like, well, if you're saying that you forgive me, or you say that you want to be with me, then why are you, or by now you should have, or it's been however, hush. Let them,
Silencio.
Okay, silencio all the way. Okay, so you have the option to take as much time as you want to heal before you revisit. That's if you decide to revisit that situation. Don't feel rushed or feel no, they can wait.
Chantel L. Huff, thank you for joining us on tonight on Women of Power Radio Show.
Hello. All right, so now we're going to go
the next
to our
question. Drum roll,
second
please.
question. I can click on it. I'll put it here.
Okay.
All right, so y'all, for this second question is interesting. All right, because I've heard this from old schools for a while since I've been growing up. But we have a young man who says, "Hey, y'all, I'm really interested in this woman. right? But she is telling me that she needs to see that I'm more interested in her than she's interested in me before it can work, because she's always been raised to, hearing that in order for a relationship or marriage to work, one person has to be more into the other person. And I've actually heard that when it comes to marriage. I've heard like older people say, oh, when it comes to marriage, make sure you marry somebody who loves you a little bit more than you love them, or who likes you more than you like them. Which I've never really understood that. I get why they would say that. I guess the thinking that they might have when they say that. But for me, I don't feel like that's true. So my thing is I have two issues. Number one, because again, like I've heard this growing up, I think it was very bold of the woman to actually verbally tell him that, because even if that's the thing, you keep that to yourself. Okay, that's something like, okay, while I'm dating, I'm just looking to see, I'm just observing who I feel about. That's not something I would tell you, oh, I need you to
But
see.
is that something they normally tell the woman? But real quickly, Donna, before you answer that, I want to give a shout out to our top weekly star senders for this week. And that is Otis Claiborne II and Autumn McHale Vaughn. Thank y'all for being our top star givers this week. Okay, Nana, back to you.
Yeah, so I feel like that's not something you would actually verbally ever tell anyone. That just.
But I'm saying, do you find that those instructions are normally given to the woman, or is it given to men and women? Like men, you need to find a woman that likes you more. Women,
I find that I've heard it given to women. I don't know of any.
So a woman is saying a woman should find a man that
who's
cares
into her more than she's
more into her than she is him. Why? I'm just trying to figure out the
so what I was told from the schools when I heard it growing up was that because if you're with someone who's into you more than you're into them, they'll be the ones who will be able to put their pride aside quicker and resolve things faster. So if there's areas of conflict, they'll be the ones who are willing to like go that extra mile because I guess they like you or love you so much.
What about your pride?
Because they're the weaker link in their eyes, because they like you more, they give you more leeway. That's the way that it was made to seem, is like, because it's gonna be nice when you guys are angry. So if you're with somebody, they're gonna be willing to put their pride aside. They'll be willing. But I'm like, you can be with someone who you all share an equal level of love and affection and still have that. So I don't really understand. So basically, though, his question is, does he need to be more into her than she is into him? Because he feels like that's just like, how does he even? It makes him feel like he's jumping through hurdles, number one, and number two, like, how do you even show that? That's just a weird attribute.
How do you even weigh that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I call you and you didn't answer, so I'm just gonna keep calling. Shit. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense to me. That's why I said hashtag, because what? I don't get it.
I mean, I think it's a bonus probably if you meet somebody that likes you more than them initially, but I mean, I want us to love each other like the equal amount. Right. Like, I want to love you just as much as you love me. And I'm just speaking about my husband. You know, if you're out there watching right now, I'm speaking to you,
whoever you are, wherever you are.
Right? He's close. He's around. But yeah, I want to love you and express my love for you just as much as you express your love for me. And unfortunately, because we're different people and we all have different love languages, that love expression is going to look different on everybody, right. You know, but it should be something you feel. And so I would think if it was someone that like loved me way more than I love them, that it would be like irritating. Because they would always be doing like these overly loving stuff. And I would be like, but I don't even feel like that, bro. You know, so I don't know. What y'all think? Let us know. Type in some answers. What do you think? Do you think, because her question is, oh, this is a guy.
And he's saying the woman told him that he needs to like step it up and show that. That's why I said number one, that's not something you ever tell anybody. Even if you felt that way. That's just
wow.
Weird. Hey, Yvonne Rivers. She said, I don't agree. One should just be themselves. Why give more of you and they don't reciprocate the same? It's like I'm doing myself for you, but what are you doing to let me know you're into me? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's just a weird space. Like, how would you feel if you're dating someone and they tell you, well, I need you to show me that you like me more than you? Why would I even want to date you?
You like me more than I like you.
Yeah, I want you to show me that you like me more than I like you. Like that, I wouldn't even want to date you after that, because it's almost like you want me to just do extra while you sit back.
Right.
Why am I here? No.
That is crazy. No. Yeah.
Oh, drain. The word was drain.
Oh, drain.
I was like, I'll drain. Does that
it's like I'll drain myself for you, but what are you doing to let me know you're into me? Right. So this woman, I guess I'm assuming they're dating, they're in a relationship, whatever.
Yeah.
So she's saying, I need for you to show me you like me more than I like you. I'm just trying to wrap myself around her thinking process, because how does that benefit you? If he's not showing you enough, just say you're not showing me enough. Or show me you like me like I like you, but I want you to show me you like me more than I like you.
That's where
That's
we get caught up on,
bananas.
because she's saying more. Clearly, she's
Right.
established. She knows that he likes her, so that
Right.
should be enough. What is this more? I want you to like me more than I like.
want
What?
more,
Goodbye.
more.
Yvonne said exactly.
Exactly. Ooh, Yvonne, I love that hair color.
And Courtney said you would only know if it's overbearing.
Right, and that would be like who? Okay, yeah.
Come on, that's the one, Rakita.
What'd she say?
She said, "Show me you love God more than you like me."
Come on here, Ricky. Yes,
Yes.
like where is your perspective? It sounds selfish to me.
And very entitled. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That would be such a turnoff. I wouldn't even deal with anyone who ever was bold enough to say that to, because no.
Right.
Again, I feel like even if that's your twisted mindset, that's a note that you keep to yourself to measure people by, okay, I'm dating him. Okay, well, he doesn't have it. Okay, I'm dating. But I wouldn't literally say, hey, by the way, I really like you, but you need to do more. I need to know that you like me more than I like you. And then we can see
I almost
if
said, well, it's not a cuss word. That's asinine. Because what it's saying is that I have a different level of expectation than what you're giving me. Well, let's just talk about what your expectations are. Because the way you're saying this, you whoever this young lady is, which I'm pretty sure she may not be watching, but if you are, you're not going to get the results you want.
Especially not verbalizing it.
Right, saying it like that. If there's something he's not doing, be specific. Because why? He's never dated you before. It's not. He's never been married to you. He don't know your likes. He's learning you. Y'all are dating. It's collecting data. So if there's some data you want to input into his computer, like I like flowers, then just say I like flowers. But don't say you need to show me you like me. What does that even look like?
And
Rub
see,
your
that's
feet,
the thing.
paint your toenails. I don't know.
It'd be different if she was saying, I need you to show me that you like me,
Mhm.
right? Because then you can
She
have
got
a list of things, right? But to say that you like me more than I like you,
Right.
that's just rude.
Right.
Like, to me,
it's selfish.
Yeah, the conversation would be over.
Right. That's really selfish. And we're not recommending you break up, sir. I just want to say, or are we? Are you what you recommend?
Yes. Why would you want to be with someone who wants you to do more than them? Just for their ego? Because it makes it, girl, if you don't get your destiny, no, I say leave her alone. Yvonne said, thank you. It's Proverbs 16:31.
Come on here.
Okay.
Yes.
Courtney said, yes, I'd be running.
Right. Well,
as you should.
Right.
As you
I would
absolutely
be.
should.
Well, I'm inquisitive, so I'd be wanting to know what that looked like, just for posterity. What does that look like? Me liking you more than you like me. What would I need to do to show you that? Just for posterity's sake. Not that I'm going to do it, but I'm just trying to figure out where your mindset is, because she may be immature, and that may be the only way she knows how to articulate that, rather than saying, well, I like flowers, or I like doors open for me, or I like, you know what I'm saying?
But that's just things to show that you like them, not more than they like you. You
Right.
see what I'm
But
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Maybe she's articulating it wrong.
Oh, I see.
Because she's like, I know you like me, but I need you to like me more than I like you. Well, that's ridiculous right there. But I'm saying maybe through conversation, she may be meaning you're doing things to where I know you like me, but there are things I like that you're not doing. Maybe.
So maybe she meant to say, I just need you to show me that you like me more than what you're showing me, as opposed to more than I like you. Because the more than I like you part is the part that is like, great,
right,
that's dead.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's if you decide to have a conversation with her and just ask her, okay, so what would that look like? Like, can you please expound? Like, what are you talking about? If she gives you things like that, then I think you can revisit and decide if you want to deal with that. I still would bounce, because now the fact that she even I still would go. But hey,
I think it depends on how long y'all been dating to determine. But I do want to read that Proverbs 16:31. Come on. Oh, her hair, gray hair is a crown of glory. Yes, it is. Come on, gray gang. Gang. It is gained in a righteous life. Hallelujah. So listen, underneath here is my crown of glory. Hallelujah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, sis, I got you, Yvonne. Yes. So, sir, we're really trying to help you on today. And the fact
you be free, go back to the streets and find you somebody else, because she is not it. I'm sorry.
Dang, Nana, you just I give people the benefit of a doubt. And so I would actually recommend you have a conversation with her to find out what that looks like, because you may very well find that it's not that she's wanting you to do more to show you that you like her more, but it could be you're not doing the things that she wants done to show that you like her. And maybe it stop. You're not giving her no mercy.
No, because I just feel like
I believe in grace and mercy.
I
And
do
so
too. But
I would
grace her with my ghosting.
No, I would grace her with the opportunity to tell me what that means, because the truth is that not everyone is a good communicator, you know, and that's why we've got to take classes on communication, because if you're somewhere and everywhere you go, you're misunderstood, it's not them, it's you. And we have to be willing to accept the fact that I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could not be a good communicator. I may not come across right. I may have an attitude. I may talk to people wrong. You know what? They might be right about me. So what can I do to fix me versus going through life with everybody telling you the same thing and you still operating the same way, expecting different results? That's insanity. It's insanity.
It is. Let's see. Yvonne said it could be she's treated bad. She's been treated bad in the past, and now he's good to her, and she's looking at him side-eyed because she hasn't experienced a good man.
Now that's another perspective. You've seen that on his face. She don't receive it at all, but I do, Yvonne, and it could be another perspective that, because we've had people on the show who have said that they experienced so much bad that when they got good, it was like
self-sabotage.
Yeah, self-sabotage. And so that could be the situation here.
I don't know.
Right. Let me make him run right quick. I need more. Well, more of what? It's so ambiguous. It's like, how do you even quantify that you like me more? Is it spending more money?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that, I guess in my mind, the reason why it puts me off so much, because when I hear more than I like you, it's almost like you want me to do stuff to where you're not gonna do. You're purposely not going to reciprocate, right? Because you want to see that I'm willing to do something you're not willing to do, and I don't like that. So it's like, for example, phone calls. If you're saying, "Oh, I need to show you that it's more than you like me," you could call me a few times, or maybe, and that's it. Whereas I'm the one doing all the calling, and I'm calling way more than you. Then it's like,
that makes sense.
Look, see, now he likes me more because he's doing. So it's like you want to sit back and let me do all the work in certain areas, and to me, that's not okay.
No, what I'm saying makes sense. It's like, let's say she is the one she feels like she's putting forth all the effort. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't know, but we just gonna play devil's advocate here. Let's say she's the one putting forth more effort, but instead of her saying, "I need you to show me that you like me," evidently she knows he likes her, but "I need you to show me you like me more than I like you," maybe her version of saying, "I need you to put more effort." But I want to tell y'all that
she's the one who's
she's the one putting forth all the effort. But the best way to communicate with anybody is to be very upfront and blunt about it. Just to like a 2-year-old could understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that is, trying to degrade anybody's understanding or their cognitive abilities. But what it does is it alleviates any room for speculation.
Right.
This is exactly what I mean. I want you to pick up this phone, lay it on the back, and turn it off. That's specific instructions. But somebody might say, "Hey, do that with that phone." What? Do what with that phone? What you want me to do with it? You know what I'm saying?
I'll let y'all give benefit of the doubt, sir.
Yeah.
You heard you hear the excuses. Choose one.
I would say if the fact that he sent us in this question means that it's not something he wants to just walk away. He's wanting to know does he need to do what she's asking as women? He's asking us for advice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nana's advice is kick us to the curb, cut her off. Okay, we got that. But he wants to know, do I need to be more into her than she is to me? So I guess the answer to that question is no. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm not gonna say absolutely not, because that's so emphatic and so, but
I'm saying absolutely because he said, "Is it true that it has to be like that in order for relationships to work?" Because that's what she's telling him.
No,
And
it's not
doesn't.
true.
It's not true at all.
I think it needs to be, people always say relationships need to be 50-50. No, it needs to be 100-100. Like we both have to be all in this thing for it to work because there's so much adversity in the world. There's so much coming against us. So we can't afford to be tiptoeing in stuff, tiptoeing in our business, tiptoeing in church. No, we got to be all in. Why? Because there's going to be so much coming against us trying to do the right thing. So we got to be deep in this thing. We got to have our feet firmly planted, y'all, the foundation. So, I would say if y'all just be 100-100 and both of y'all just be all in, it could work. But it's no way you can do 150 because 100 is your capacity. And if you're at capacity, which means you don't have anything else left in you to give to her, then you need to let her know that this is my capacity. This is all I have to offer. And then that gives her an opportunity to make an educated decision to, do I want to just settle for all he has to offer, or do I want more? And then she can decide to move on from you or stay with you and not complain about what you're doing because now she's accepted that this is all you can do. But what happens is people will take away our power to make a decision because they won't give us all the information we need to make an educated decision, And so, we got to communicate. So if this is your capacity, brother, if this is what you're doing right now, if this is the top of the top, if this is your creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying? What you're spending, this is all you can spend in your budget. The calls you're making, that's all you got time for. The time you spend with her, that's all the room you got. Then let her know I'm at capacity with you.
Or I'm reciprocating your energy because it could possibly be she's not doing anything or she's not doing enough and he's already doing a lot. So for him, it's like, okay, I'm already the one doing all of these things. And so it's confusing to me. Like I'm doing what she does. If she's saying that she wants me to do more, I'm reciprocating what she's doing. I'm not about to be doing all this if she's not doing it. So if anything, I do think that you should have a conversation about your all's expectations.
Okay, I got a question here. What do you do when you and your partner are on a trial run and he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you unless you are in love with him completely and loving him isn't enough? What do you do when you and your partner are on a trial run, which means y'all
what is a trial run?
It just means
like
that y'all trying to see if it's going to work. Meaning like, I'm not saying you my man. I'm not saying I'm your woman, but let's just see if we can get along to that till we get to that point. But he's saying, listen, I don't want to be in a relationship with you if you can't be totally in love with me and be 100. And just saying I love you is not enough.
That's a mixture of benefits. Your package is wrong, sir. That package don't even. You're putting together pieces of a combo that you can't afford. Okay, you can't say I want it to be so surface level that we're not together and we're just working on being together, but at the same time, give me a lump sum payment of be in love with me, do all this, be committed. That comes with the bigger package of being committed. In a relationship, in a committed relationship. You picking it, sir. If you don't get your buffet, choosing
you selfish, bro.
It don't work like that.
You selfish.
Like, what?
Because literally what he's saying is that I don't want to be in no type of relation unless you 100% in love with me. You just loving me is not enough. Pretty much, I want all the benefits that come out of a relationship where two people are in love with each other. I want a level of intimacy. I want a level of commitment. I want to be able to tell you what to do. I want to be able to control it. No, you can't. First of all, none of those benefits come with being a boyfriend
at all.
Anyway. So if you want all of that comes with me being in love and fully committed to you, then you need to put a ring on my finger.
That's the package that it comes with, sir. You need to get it all the way together because you're not going to go to a car lot and say, well, you know what? I'm not purchasing the car, but I'm letting you know right now that when I come and I ask for them keys, I need them keys. When I tell you I need to go drive the car down to the store, I need to take the car. You haven't even purchased this. If you don't get off this lot, what we call the police, you don't get access. That kind of access is not granted. It is denied. So in that same breath, sir, access denied. I don't know what you think this is, but
you telling me you being selfish because you telling me I got to be 1,000 in before you even commit to a relationship? No.
No.
First of all, commit to the relationship. Let me see that you can commit, that you know what being committed is, and then I will fall in love with you if you do it right. But you can't demand me to be in love with you before you even commit to me. What is there to fall in love with? A hope, a wish?
Okay,
Come
something
on,
that can
a
move
piece
at
of
any
smoke, a
time.
puff
That's
of-
not.
Come on now.
No, it's
That's not
That's
realistic,
crazy.
bro. So I hope that the person that submitted that question is still on right now to understand that it's okay for you to not accept that.
Courtney said it sounds like a narcissist.
Come
Yvonne
on,
said,
can you
deny,
give
deny.
Right, Yvonne, like, come on. Courtney said I couldn't do it. Talk about it, what a narcissist is to help this listener.
A narcissist is a demon in flesh form.
Not necessarily. That's someone operating in the spirit of manipulation.
Yes.
But some people are not narcissists, I guess. Okay.
It's hard to explain because
it
so
kind of crosses
multifaceted.
over
Yeah, it's
a lot.
lot.
But it's someone that wants to control you, someone that wants it all, but not willing to give all, if that makes sense. And so this is somebody who wants everything from you, but is not willing to give you what it would take for you to hand him all of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all of me. I'm the 100%. I'm the full package, bro. And now you want me to just give you this full package on the strength of you just saying, okay, now we in a relationship.
I'm gonna commit
First
to
of
a
all,
hope.
The only relationship I acknowledge is engagement. So if we're not engaged, then no, we're not in a relationship. We're dating.
Okay. The only dreams we're committed to over here are our own. Like, how am I going to commit to a dream and a hope? I don't even know if this is going to work out, but I'm supposed to fall in love with it. And
and be 100% in, hoping that one day you'll see my value and you'll want to put a ring on my finger. No, not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know, we talk about how back in the day, the 60s, the 50s, and 40s, a man would identify a woman. He would see her. He would see qualities in her that he was attracted to. He would date her. And based on dating, that means no overnights. You know what I'm saying? No Netflixing and chilling. Okay.
Just the data.
Just the data.
Not the physical
downloads.
Right. Well, none of that happened. Just the data.
None of that. Based off of that, that man would make a decision on spending the rest of his life with that woman. Nothing has changed under the sun. Come on here. Nothing has changed. What has changed is how people do it. Boundaries. And it's changing because of what we have allowed. We have allowed men to have access to all of us for nothing. And so now they don't see the value in marrying nobody because they can get it for free from everybody. So the only way that we're going to right this universe, y'all, and get everything back in alignment is we're going to have to stand up and say, you know, this is a temple.
A temple, not a hotel, y'all. A temple. Because some people out here living like they just hotels and Airbnbs, and it's a temple.
And you know, and a lot of women feel like it's a strength that they can
empowerment,
that they can become the man now, and they can pick the man, and they can tell the man
it's liberation,
you know, right?
Feminine liberation.
But it's not. It's you giving them what they want anyway.
Yeah.
So, but you're not putting no demand on them, and I understand everybody does not want to be married. You know, at this time, there's different stages in our life, I guess, where you desire marriage, but you also have to understand that this is your temple. And there's a such thing as transference of spirits. There's soul ties. There's all these things. It's not just sex, y'all. I know y'all think it is, but it's not. It's so much intrinsically tied into that. And you got to take all of that in consideration when you make a decision to roll around in the sheets. Yeah.
Courtney said he thinks the world revolves around him. Definitely a narcissist.
Yes, and it doesn't. Right. And it kind of sounds like the opposite of what this woman, she thinks the world revolves around her.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
They need to get together.
Right.
Whoever that was and the girl from the first,
She's saying, well, if he's a narcissist, he's not going to agree with being more into her anyway. So, but maybe she's like a female narcissist to where she feels like I deserve it all. I can do no wrong. The world revolves around me, and it doesn't. And I pray that this person that submitted this question, they sent it via text. They're watching the show. I guess they didn't want to post it there because their name will pop up. I don't know. I just work here, but I'm just saying.
Tell him no.
Right.
Like,
Do not
nah.
give in. Do
My
not.
question too is, if you are still watching, how long have y'all even been giving this a trial run like that?
Right.
I'm
How long has
curious.
the trial been?
Yeah, because
But
for him
let
to
me
say
ask
you
you,
need to be in
how would
love,
the
it's
answer
like,
to that be significant?
I'm just wondering because why he's saying there needs to be love and this and that. Because I feel like, sometimes too, you may have allowed this trial to run too long to where he's expecting that you should be in love with him by this point and by whatever. So it's more of a reflection of, why are you still there if y'all have been doing this for a while, to where he's even expecting love to have evolved out of it. If that's the case and he still doesn't know, you're even wasting your time. Go somewhere else. Like, you deserve better than that. That's why I'm
Right.
asking.
Yeah, he's trying to put a demand on you, but he has no right to demand nothing from you because you're single.
Single. Let's see. Yvonne hand claps. Courtney said LOL.
Right. So yeah. So listen, we actually are coming up on the 9:00 mark. So let's wrap up this question, Nana, and then we're gonna wrap up that question. Okay.
Okay. So on the into her, I would say after some careful reconsideration and hearing what Kasha had to say, I think that a conversation definitely should be had just for clarification, so you can make sure if she's really out of her mind and delusional and entitled, or if she just not good at communicating, and it was a miscommunication, and she just wanted to see some things from you. So I would ask specifically, what are her expectations for someone that she would be in a relationship with or dating, and you guys can kind of go from there. You tell her yours, and y'all kind of work out a compromise and see what works. If you want to stay. If you don't, move on.
Absolutely. And listen, all of you that are on right now, this is your opportunity to give your final thoughts. Just turn into Jerry Springer right now and start typing your final thoughts on this question. Do I need to be more into her than she is into me? And so for this listener, I totally agree with Nana. I concur. But I will also add on there, if you are at your capacity, she may have some unrealistic expectations that you're not able to meet. And if you're not able to meet her expectations, please be 100% transparent with her, because you will be setting yourself up. If you say you are, but you're not, you're going to be setting yourself up for a bunch of arguing and a bunch of stuff that you don't even need in your life. So I would say, once y'all get it out on the table, be 1000% transparent to say, I can't do that, or I don't have the capacity. And I believe that just giving her that information, either she's going to say, well, I like you enough to where I don't need all that. She may change her mind on what she needs. Or she may say that, well, let's just go our separate ways, because I believe there's someone out there that can give this to me. And then you can find someone else that is happy with what you're able to give. All right. To our next listener that submitted the question about being in a trial run relationship, and him saying, I need you to be 100% in love with me. Loving me, just saying you love me is not enough before I will enter into a relationship with you. Final thoughts on that, y'all.
Audacity must be for sale. that like, what? Again, you would not go to an employer and have them call you up and say, we need you to commit. We need you to go ahead and start coming in, work 40 hours a week. Maybe after a while, after you just really even put in some overtime while you're at it, and then we'll decide if we're going to give you a paycheck. And even then, it's not a guarantee. We'll just let you know if we think you're good enough and your work ethic is strong enough to where we actually want to pay you for everything that you've been doing. Would you take it? Absolutely not. So just because it's coming from someone with a cute face and a nice smile and a personality that you think you can't live without, do not put up with that. Because if you wouldn't take it from an employer, don't take it from someone who's supposed to be your quote unquote partner, because it's asinine. Why would you commit and give your heart, to somebody who is not, it's not attached to anything, it's floating. At any moment, they can, even after you've done all that, say, you know what? Now that I've gotten to see that side of you, I kind of realize I don't want it. Then what? Like, you've done that for nothing. Why would you anchor yourself to a dream? Anchor yourself to potential. Don't do that. If it's permanent, which there's a ring on your finger, absolutely. If it's just potential, it's poison. You better toss that thing out the window and keep it moving. Okay, you're bad. Yvonne said, I believe he needs to be himself. However, have the talk, then ask what she's going to do to make him feel as though she's into him. Then go from there. And this is to the first question.
Yes.
Yeah. Menya said, my final thoughts,
Yeah.
she doing the most. Okay, girl, ain't she? Like, if we don't go somewhere. Courtney said, not happening. Red flag.
That is a red flag. That is a red flag.
And Yvonne said, next, please don't give wifey things to someone who doesn't value or fear you are enough. Move on.
Thank you, Yvonne. And I know that sometimes for younger people that are in love, because, you know, every relationship, this is it. I'm in love. This is forever. You know, they love hard. And so.
Let's make a YouTube channel.
Right. But they love hard, and so it's harder to make these mature decisions, if that makes sense.
Right.
But I pray that she hears from all of these.
What is your final thought
on that?
Uh-huh.
My final thought is, well, you already know my final thought. It's do not give him everything that he's asking for. He's not willing to give you anything, but let him know, in order to get all of that, this is what I'm going to need. I'm going to need a commitment that's bigger than me being able to say you're my boyfriend.
That part.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So, Nana, what's our next commercial?
What is?
So, listen, you guys, thank you so much for your input on tonight. I pray that we were able to help these individuals get a better perspective. I know we have a lot of fun on the show, and we laugh a lot, and we have a good time. But bottom line, you guys, we are helping people. We are changing lives. We get testimonies all the time in our DM of people who are just love the show. People that I don't even know how they're watching, because the numbers will be low, but it'll be so many people at the end that have watched the show. I don't understand how Facebook figures that out.
Yeah.
But irregardless of that, your answers mean a lot, and you're helping. I would say helping the body. You're helping.
You are.
You're helping the body. You're helping us, and so yeah. So thank you so much.
All right, and so if you all feel led, please feel free to donate at $WOP Radio, so that we can continue to bring you all great content and kind of up the ante on the technicals. All right, that would be greatly appreciated. Again, that's if you feel led. If you haven't already, also, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. Again, we don't care if you ever watch us from YouTube or not. It's for algorithm's sake. And
how do they get there?
How do they get to YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, what do they do when they get there?
Oh, hit the bell so you can get all of the notifications. Women of Power Radio Show, just like it is on here. All right. Very, very easy. What else? I was going to say something else and I completely forgot.
Sorry.
I know, it's fine. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When you all watching the video, even here, please make sure to also like the video. Like I know we're always constantly saying share, share, share. But please hit the like button, because again, even on Facebook, it helps with the algorithms. All right. So we really appreciate that. Feel free also to leave a review or ask us questions. If you have any questions, again, you can always put them in the comments. If you want to be, more discreet, feel free to slide into our DMs right here on Facebook, or you can email us at womenofpower5@gmail.com. And we'll be sure to get to that question for you.
Absolutely.
And I believe that concludes.
Play your commercial.
Oh, my eyebrows.
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Nana with Women in Power Radio Show, and I'm just coming through to remind you to follow us on Facebook at Women in Power Radio Show, and make sure you follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. That's Women in Power 5. Because at the end of the day, what kind of Savage Squad are you if you're not actually following us? See you there.
What kind of Savage Squad are you if you're not liking and following us? So make sure you go to our YouTube and our Facebook, you guys. We look forward to being with you guys next week. I'm Lady Kasha.
And I'm Lady Kasha. You sound like a whole madame in these chat.
Listen,
girl.
I had to change my name since I'm getting married,
Oh, okay. We didn't know. Oh, also, we're going to be doing something different. If you all are out there, and I'll do a separate video for this, but I'm just going to go and say this now. I was thinking, since we're always talking about dating, love, and relationships, if you all ever also want to do like date reviews where you go on dates and you kind of want to know, should you see this person again, or should you go on a second date based on how the first date went? You can also submit those to us and be as anonymous as you want to be. Or if you would like to actually even like do a video and send it to us, we'll post it, and then we all can give you feedback and let you know whether to go on that date or not. All right. So we'll be doing date reviews. So let us know what's going on in your life. Where we get in your business for your benefit, right? We do it because we care.
We're here to help.
Always.
We're not nosy
at all. Just a little bit. All right, so we'll see you all next week again. Share the video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on a
Thank
Tuesday
y'all.
night. Y'all have a good one.